Hey guys, so for today's video, we're going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. I woke up this morning, actually last night I was browsing Instagram and I came across Aubrey O'Day. I don't know if you guys know her, I'm actually going to pull her page up right now. So this is her Instagram and I came across like some super glam photos of her. And I don't know, you guys, it just brought me back to like ultra glam days. Like, do you remember when we used to do this on YouTube all the time back in the day? Like the ultra glam, like the heavy lash, the super black smoky eyes with like the wing liner, just took me back there. I really wanted to recreate the look, but then I also wanted to film this video, which I mentioned on Twitter last week. And I took a little vote. I asked you guys if you guys were interested. I'm gonna just get started. This is the Smashbox Primerizer. If I don't mention any of the products, I'm just gonna leave it down below. I feel like the lighting is making me look really pale right now, but whatever. I'm also on like the 4th day of my tan, so my tan's like a little bit faded, but I'm still pretty tan in person. The video is just like lightning me. You'll notice my hands are starting to fade. Anyways, I asked you guys if you wanted to see a chit chat get ready with me because I haven't done one of these in a while. And I remember my last one was right after I right after I sprained my ankle. And I don't know what it is, it made me feel really close to you guys. And I know you guys really liked it too, just like me opening up a little bit. And I also was just having like last week I was going through the motions, you guys. Like, are you ever just like super in your feelings? Like so in your feelings and then you just start having these like deep ass thoughts about like so many things. Like that was me last week. So then I tweeted, I was like, would you guys be interested in seeing like a real raw, vulnerable, my thoughts spoken out loud kind of chit chat get ready with me? And a lot of you guys were like, yes. Like I was actually really shocked by how many of you guys really wanted me to do it. So I was like, and then I kind of chickened out, right? Because it's hard. I'm gonna use my Too Faced Born This Way in Sand. I'm hoping it matches me right now. I don't know if I'm gonna be, maybe my tan's faded. Anyways, yeah, it should be good. And then I kind of chickened out, right? Because I tweeted that when I was like super in my feelings. And then I kind of chickened out the next day. And then today, last night I was like, they really wanted it. Like, should I do it? So then I don't know, I'm like, you know what, it's time for me to be vulnerable because I don't know if you guys noticed, like, I am not a vulnerable person. I'm pretty, like, private and, like, with me, I'm just very, like, you know, it's hard for me to, like, really open up and looking for my beauty blender and just be very vulnerable. But I want to be that more. And I think it's weird because I've been doing YouTube for years, but it's still hard for me to be, like, my raw self sometimes. I don't know why that is. I think that's just because that's who I am. I'm a pretty, like, you know, closed off person. So you take a closed off private person and you put them on camera. I put myself on camera, but whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you take a closed off private person, put them on camera for, you know, the world to see, for anyone to access. And it's, you know, it's hard to, like, just be raw. Like, that's not my personality. I know there's tons of YouTubers who are, like, so raw. I'm gonna have to drag this down my neck. It's a little bit dark. Who are like so raw and very vulnerable and like so open and everything. But that's just not me. And honestly, from day one, like I will never be not myself. I will always just be me. If that's closed off and that's private, okay. But I would love to kind of just be more vulnerable with you guys. So yeah, I have an eyelash on my cheek. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I need that. I feel like I don't know, like, ever since I've been on this weight loss journey, it's not even just about weight loss. It's like about like self-therapy, almost like going through my flaws, like what do I need to improve in life? What do I need to get better at? And I feel like this is one of the things. Weight loss was like a huge thing. I needed to get better at my health and correct my bad habits with, you know, food and my weight, which I talked to you guys about in my vlog channel. On my Q&A, my weight loss Q&A, I struggled with food issues and that was a big issue in my life. So going on this like weight loss journey was more just about repairing my entire relationship with health. And since I've been doing that, I don't know, it's almost just been like for the past year, it's been this whole self-discovery thingy of like this self-therapy, really trying to work on myself, you know, trying to get better at the things that I'm not so good at. We all have weaknesses. And then I'm not trying to be perfect at all, but like, you know, there's like things in life that you struggle with, like communication or blah, 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 you know, whatever. I want to get better at the things that I struggle with in life, and being vulnerable is one of them. And I don't want to change who I am because I'm just naturally, you know, a closed off, shy, private person. I don't want to change that, but I want to work on just being able to like let loose, you know, like just be me. And I don't know why that's so hard. Like, I don't know, I feel silly even saying it. I feel shy even saying it, but do any of you guys also struggle with that? Like just letting your go. I've always felt like I never fit in. Like my entire life, I've always felt like I didn't fit in. Like I've always felt like an outcast. I don't know why. Like I think that's just because I like to call myself a lone ranger. I don't know what it is. I'm very like solo dolo, antisocial. So it's hard for me to like fit in, you know? I don't know if any of you guys can like understand what I'm saying. Always felt my entire life, even as a kid, like I really struggled. You guys, I remember being in 1st grade and it was like recess and I would literally sit by myself like on the pavement. It was really hard for me to like be social, and it still is to this day. So I think naturally, because I'm that person, it's hard for me to be open and be vulnerable and be my 100% myself and be raw, you know? I just really think it's gonna be interesting to see if any of you guys can like relate, you know what I mean? Because I think sometimes we're like in our own head with our own thoughts and we feel like the world cannot relate, does not understand, but I highly doubt that. I mean, I think there is at least one person out there who can relate and understand, you know? But yeah, so I was just feeling last week like I really want to improve my YouTube channel in terms of my videos and just be more raw, more natural and stuff. And I definitely am. Like I'm definitely not fake in my videos or anything like that, but sometimes I feel like I'm holding back, you know, like my personality just doesn't shine as much. I don't know why that is, because on my vlog channel my personality really shines. So I don't know why that is, but I really just want to kind of get better at that. Yeah, so last week, I don't know what it is, you guys, I was just going through the motions, like, you know, when you're just like super in your feelings. And I was just realizing I was feeling like sad, and it wasn't, you know, sometimes we're just sad, like there's no explanation for it. But I realized as I was sad, I'm like, I stopped for a second and it really hit me for some reason. I was like, I'm mad that I'm sad. Like I'm upset that I'm sad right now. And I mean, I'm not sad right now. Like I'm not sad right now. It was just like, you know, like, yeah, you wake up some days and maybe you're like thinking about certain things and you just get sad about something, and then that day you're just having a bad day. Like I'm okay, I'm not sad in general, just that day I was having a bad day. And I realized I was mad that I was having a bad day. Like I was mad that I was upset. And I'm like, so you're mad that you're sad. I really realized that. And then I thought about it, I'm like, if you think about it, we're always like, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. If you're ever like sad or upset, do you ever realize that you're mad at yourself for being sad? Like I think we think it's not okay to not be okay. Like, you know what I mean? So then it hit me. I was like, you know what? It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to be sad. Like you're having a day. Who cares? Feel it, and then address it, figure out why, and then, you know, solve it and go on about life. So then it really hit me. I was like, wow, like it's okay to be sad. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is probably like weird to you guys, but I just wonder if you guys ever like thought that, like if you stop and think right now, like in a moment in life when you were sad, like you were probably upset that you were sad. You were probably like wishing you were happy. Like I think we wish we were happy and perfect all the time, and that's just not how life is, you know? I'm gonna take the Fenty Beauty Translucent. This is actually a blotting powder, which I didn't realize till after I filmed my video, but I like it as a setting powder too. A lot of you guys ask me, why am I never at like YouTuber events? Why am I never at parties and trips and stuff like that? And you guys, I get invited to a lot of them, which is amazing, and I'm always so grateful. Like I'm like, you thought of me? Like wow. Like, and the fact that companies are willing to fly me out places, I'm just like, you believe in me. Like that means so much to me, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for you guys. But I get a lot of questions from you guys on why I barely or ever really attend, and it's just because it's just not who I am. And I had a little moment there for a second where I was like, well, Amy, you're a YouTuber, this is your career, maybe you have to. And then I was like, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna not be me. If that's not who I am, that's not who I am. I started YouTube. What am I doing next? I started YouTube doing this, literally sitting in front of a camera. Like, this is what I wanted to do. So that's what I'm gonna keep doing. Like, I never signed up for the other parts of YouTube. Like, back in the day, there wasn't launch parties and fancy events and fancy trips and stuff, which all those things are freaking amazing. If I was like a social butterfly, I would be living for those things. So I have nothing against them. Like, please, literally nothing against them. But just like for me personally, it's just, that's not what I signed up for. So for a while, I felt pressured almost. Like, I was like, do I have to go to these events? Do I have to go on these trips? Like, is that a part of my job? Do I have to? And then I had a moment and I was like, Amy, look around. Boss, I'm the boss. So I'm like, no, you don't have to. I started YouTube doing this, like sitting in front of a camera, talking to you guys, doing my makeup, helping you guys with like tips and tricks and reviewing products, and that's what I signed up for. To me, the other stuff would be me trying too hard, like not being true to myself, because I'm just not a social person, you guys. Like, it's really hard for me actually to like interact. This is gonna sound crazy. It's really hard for me to interact with like humans. Is that weird? I've gotten a lot better. Like, I used to be really bad, like super socially awkward. I've gotten a lot better, but just naturally, like, I'm not a people person, and that's not to say I'm not a nice person. I'm super nice, super kind-hearted. It's just I am a bit socially awkward. I'm not a social person. So going to like events and trips and stuff like that, it's just so far out of my comfort zone, and it's just so not me. Like, it might sound like, I don't want this to sound harsh or anything, which is part of the reason why I'm not raw and vulnerable all the time, is because I'm always afraid of saying the wrong thing. And I want to get over that, because I mean, I feel like, who are you if you're not able to be raw and real and vulnerable? So let's be honest and talk about my honest thoughts here. A lot of the times, like, to go to events and stuff like that, like, I would rather be doing other things. Like, I don't know if that sounds bad or sounds harsh. I would rather be filming videos, editing for you guys. I would rather be going to the dog park with my dog, hanging out with my boyfriend and my family, or going on a little trip with my sister, or going shopping with my sister, or getting my nails done, or at home watching Netflix, you know, chilling, binge watching shows, playing with Sugar at home, going for walks with Sugar. Like, that's what I would rather be doing with my life. That's just more of who I am. Like, I'm a homebody, you know, and that's just what I would rather be doing with my time. You guys, last night I was up so late watching, literally for hours. I think it was like 4 hours. I was on the Ace Family channel. You guys, so addicting. Like, why am I creasing? I normally don't. So addicting. I was watching like all their pranks and everything. It was so addicting. Also, Olivia, what are they called? Gold Juice? Yeah, Olivia and Will. Oh my God, so addicting. Like, watching their videos. They're hilarious, and the Ace Family is so adorable. They're so cute, and I don't know, I was literally watching it for hours, just like addicted. It feels like forever now. I've been like stalking swatches and reviews on the Fenty Beauty line. Like, I have not stopped watching Fenty Beauty reviews. I've literally watched, and it sounds like I'm exaggerating, but I literally think I've watched hundreds at this point, because yesterday alone, within an hour, I watched like 20. And it's because I skipped through them, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't watch like all of them, like beginning to end, but like I watched so many within like a short time period. I'm sure I've watched like hundreds. I'm like addicted to trying to find my perfect foundation shade. And that foundation, you guys know, 300 did not work for me. It oxidized. So I ended up, I mean, I was kind of debating between 240, 260, 270, 280, or 290. Yeah, definitely skipped out on 250. It looked too orange for me, like way too yellow. And I know it would pull very orange on me. But yeah, I was like addicted to finding my shades. So I was like, you know, searching up reviews of everyone using those shades and like figuring out what other foundation shades they use, if they would match me. And then one of you guys was telling me that you're always my shade match in foundations and you're wearing 240. But then literally a next comment, another subscriber was also my shade in all the shades and they were using 260. So I was like, okay, what? I'm so confused. I think it's just like the thing with like her having so much foundation shades, it's so amazing, honestly. Let me just say that. I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying, since there is so many shades to choose from, it makes it hard to find your shade almost, because normally I'm very easy to find my shade. I just go for medium or medium to tan with warm undertones. Bam, done. But with her line, it's like medium to tan with warm peach, medium to tan with warm neutral, medium to tan with neutral olive, medium to tan with and I'm just like, whoa, like what am I? Like, I feel like this entire time I've been living a lie. I haven't even known you know what I'm saying? Like, wow, I didn't even know it went that deep with shades. I ended up going with 270 just because I didn't know if 260 was gonna be too neutral or too light. I'm gonna use ABH Peach Fuzz Liquid Glow. Yeah, so I've just been like addicted to watching Fenty Beauty reviews. I'm waiting on Desi to post hers. I don't know if she'll post her review before I post this video, but as of right now, her video's not up because she was just filming it last night. I saw on Snapchat, and I am like waiting to see I'm hoping she posts swatches of all the foundations because I saw that she got that huge package. So I'm like dying to see the swatches, and I'm dying to see what shade she chose. I know she's darker than me though, so whatever shade she chose, I know it's not gonna be for me. There's also something else that's been like kind of on my mind and bothering me lately, and I saw a tweet on it yesterday. So I was like, yes, I can relate to that. I feel like lately, like the YouTube beauty community is full of like clickbait thumbnails, and it's like bothering me, like annoying me. Like I feel like now what the beauty YouTube community has become is just all like, I don't want to, like, what's the word? Not propaganda, like I don't know what the word is, like, you know, like it's all about the clickbait. It's almost like fake, you know what I'm saying? Like I miss the days when we just made videos about like reviews or helping people that were just genuine, you know what I'm saying? But now I feel like it's lost that almost. It's kind of hard if you think about it, you guys, because this is my job, so it's kind of hard when a lot like you know, the beauty YouTube community changes, and it's my job to be you know, a YouTuber, and when that changes, it can be kind of difficult because it might make you think like you need to change too, like you need to do that because then your channel won't grow or whatever. But I've decided, no, I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just be real and raw to who I am, like I always have from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to change and try and alter myself to fit that. I struggled with that for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, because it made me feel like my field was changing. Like what I was doing for so long, like beauty videos, was changing. It was becoming more about, you know, who could have the most scandalous thumbnail, who could get the most views, and it was changing. And for a while, it kind of trips you out. It makes you think, should I, like, do I have to do that too? Like, maybe that's what I have to do. And I've just decided, nah. So my camera shut off and I don't know when. I was just telling you guys about Luther and how I've been watching it on Netflix and I love it. I know a lot of people are really into Game of Thrones right now. But you guys, I don't think that show is for me. Like, I don't think I'll like it. I think it's too, like, I don't really know anything about it. I should probably look at some trailers, but I've seen like photos. Why it's so costumey, you know? Like I don't know, like I don't know, I don't think I would like it. It's too fantasy. Is it fantasy? You know, or like medieval. I don't know. I don't think I would like it. What do you guys think? I know everyone's obsessed with it, so the comment section is probably gonna be like, what? But I mean, girls just keeping it real. So if you guys watched my weight loss Q&A, then you'll know this already, but I did open up a little bit about how I've always really struggled with my weight, and this is kind of random, but it's something that I wanted to, like, I mentioned in my weight loss Q&A, which if you haven't seen that video, I'm not even trying to toot my own horn. It's a good ass video. Like, that video is gonna put you in your feelings. Like, it's gonna dig up some shit that you never knew you had. No, but seriously, like, if you've always struggled with your weight or food issues or anything like that, watch my weight loss Q&A. I think it's just a good video, and I don't like to toot my own horn. I'm probably the most humble person you'll ever meet. Like, I always underrate everything I do. That's just how I'm, very, like, you know, but it's a good video. It's a good video. I think you guys will like it. Anyways, in that video, I mentioned that sometime I will open up to you guys more about my childhood struggles with my weight and everything. And I don't know, whatever. Fuck it, why not right now? I mean, I feel like I'm never gonna feel like the right time, because it's something that's very hard for me to talk about, because it hits me really, you know, pretty deep. But it's time to open up about it, because I feel like I could help a lot of people. Yeah, I've always, as a kid, I was always overweight and very, like, chubby. And I just always really struggled because I did get bullied a lot. Like, I got bullied a lot. Literally, there's certain things in your childhood you won't forget, and I will not forget the songs that people made up about me, like, as a kid. I think this was mostly, when was this? Like, I want to say I was, like, 10 to 12. Yeah, 10 to 12-ish. There was always, like, that mean group, and literally they would make songs about me, like, making fun of my weight and stuff like that, and it was always really hard to deal with. And naturally, like I mentioned to you guys, I'm a very shy, antisocial person, so having those issues really made me an insecure person. It really did. So I struggled with that for a long time, and I feel like to this day I still am. I'm really working on my confidence, and I'm trying to become a more confident person. And I'm mentioning this because a lot of you guys ask me, how are you so confident? And it's funny because I struggle too. Like, I think a lot of people think, you know, you lose weight and bam, that's it, all your insecurities disappear. And it's just not true. I think we're always gonna have insecurities, but I think it's just about being self-aware and really noticing those things and working on them. And I've really been working on them and trying to be more confident. But yeah, I really struggled as a kid. Like, there's one memory that I will not get out of my head, and it's when I think it was in, like, 6th grade. I would always wear a long sweater because I really wanted to cover my arms. As I was a really chubby kid, I always had, you know, chubby arms, and I was always insecure about that. So I would wear a long, and I still remember the sweater. It was like a hoodie zip up, and it was thin. It was black with a white contrast stripe up the side, and I would wear it every single day. It was like my security blanket. I would wear it to cover up myself. And I remember there was this one group of girls, I'm trying to find my name. I remember there was this one group of girls, which it makes me think, like, it would be funny if they're watching this right now. You know what I'm saying? It would just be funny. I don't even, you know, I don't give a fuck. But I remember there was this one group of girls who would always pick on me, and they were making fun of me, like, why are you always wearing that sweater every day? You wear the same one, blah, blah, blah. Like, is it because you're fat? Whatever, you know, just bullies being bullies. And it was because I was chubby, though. Like, I was trying to hide myself. I was trying to cover myself. And I remember even my teachers, it would be like summer, like, it would be hot outside. It would be like 30 degrees outside, and I would be wearing a sweater over everything. And my teacher would be like, aren't you hot? Like, you have to take off your sweater, Amy. Like, you're gonna sweat, like, you're gonna get really hot. And I remember lying to her. I remember telling her, no, I'm not hot at all. I'm actually a bit cold. Just, like, to lie to her that's why I was wearing my sweater, was because I was cold. But really, I was just a really insecure kid. And that's why I was saying to you, like, going on this weight loss journey has really helped me address those issues and, like, childhood, you know, struggles that I've had. So there's always something I've really wanted to open up to you guys about, but I'm always so hesitant, and I keep hiding from it and running from it. But I just think it would help a lot of people. In my weight loss Q&A, I mentioned to you guys about how I've always struggled with my weight, and how I've been there where I have you know, gone on these yo-yo diets and done this and then done that, and then gained the weight back and lost it and gained it back and lost it and blah blah blah. And as a teenager, it was harder for me because I was always very chunky. I'm 5'1", so for me, I always in high school hovered around 160. like 155 to 165, and that was big for me. For such a short girl, like 165 is a lot for me, like for how it just wasn't the body I felt comfortable in, you know? And that's not to say anything about anybody else's body, because I think it's all just about you and how you want to be, how you feel comfortable. And I just was never comfortable. As a teenager, it started to become really hard for me, because like that's the time when you really want to fit in, and that's the time when you're really finding yourself. And I really wanted to lose weight, so I ended up really resorting to drastic measures. And at the time, I didn't realize what was happening. I think it was in the 11th grade, so however old I was, what, like 16? Yeah, I think it was 16, you know, whatever. I had actually read an article online that if you ate 500 calories a day, you would lose weight. So that's what I did. And I ended up eating only one meal, 500 calories a day for 6 months. Which, looking back, I'm like, that's starving yourself. And I dropped 50 pounds, and you know, I went down to 128. Was my lowest weight I've ever been in my entire life, 128. And I remember getting a lot of attention from people, like, oh my God, you look so good. And that made me feel good. And I had insecurity issues from my childhood. So having that really did make me feel good. But yeah, so I ended up only eating 500 calories a day. And I feel like I can't even look at you guys in the eye and say that, because I know how bad. I look back, and like I said, at the time I thought that was perfectly normal. I was like, I can't eat a lot. If I want to lose weight, I can't eat a lot. So I ended up starving myself, and I did lose the weight, but then I gained it all back. I gained it all back and more. I ended up going to if you watch my weight loss Q&A, I ended up going all the way up to 176. And I think that's a big misconception too. I think people think that they look at somebody on the street and they think in order for them to be starving themselves, they have to be bones showing skinny. And I never was. I was still 128, that's actually like a pretty healthy weight range for somebody my height. So nobody knew that I was really starving myself and struggling. Nobody knew. Because I didn't really look like it. Like I said, 128 was I never went down to an unhealthy weight. 128 was a healthy weight, but it was done in such an unhealthy way. And I thought it was going to fix all my issues, and it really didn't. I ended up gaining all the weight back, and I still had all the insecurity issues. Like, I remember, you guys, when I lost all that weight and I was 128, I cried. I remember crying to my sister, telling her, I'm so skinny. Like, I'm so skinny. I hate it. I've gotten so skinny. And I wasn't even so skinny. I was 128, which is very healthy. Like, I wasn't skinny. I still had meat on my body. But it's like the issues were still there. No matter what I tried to do, I tried to run from it, but the issues were still there. They followed me. And that's why I've become so passionate about health and fitness now, because I can help so many of you guys. Just because, not like I'm like this expert now or anything like that, but because I've been through there, I've been through it, done that type of thing, like been through the struggles, I can help those of you who are still going through it. Because now I'm in a place with food where food is not the devil to me. You know, I eat spinach and blueberries, and then I eat French Danish. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, food is not the devil to me, and I'm genuinely passionate about the science of food and more of that, instead of like connecting it with emotions now. Okay, I had this in mind, this eye in mind, and this is what's happening. What? Like, I clearly am just not focused right now. So we're just gonna complete this look and see what comes of it. I don't even know what I'm doing with the eyes anymore, so I'm just doing anything at this point. I'm surprised I remember how to do wing liner. I wonder how this is gonna turn out, because I literally haven't done wing eyeliner in like how long, you guys? Like, literally, I'm not kidding you. Has it been like a year? I feel all types of crazy. I feel like I did not do my makeup good today. I think it's because I was so distracted from talking. Oh well, that is it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this chit chat. Get ready with me. Let me know if you guys like these and if you want me to keep doing more. They don't always have to be so deep. I don't know. I just was kind of whatever. They don't always have to be so deep, whatever. I could just sit down and chit chat and talk to you guys. I do my makeup sometimes. So let me know if you guys actually like that. Like, thumbs up if you do. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. I feel like I'm gonna be really nervous to post this video just because I was pretty vulnerable about some things, but I'm gonna like really force myself to post it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.